Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and I am at HP's OMEN Playground, one of HP's flagship stores to let you come and experience games on some of the best OMEN and Victus gaming laptops. But I'm not going to tell you all about this place. We have Nitish Singal from HP who's actually going to give us a deep dive not only into what is HP's OMEN Playgrounds all about, but also a deep dive into some of HP's gaming business. So start listening. So thank you so much, Nitish, for having us here at the OMEN Experience Zone. First of all, I want to know, what was your source of inspiration behind this place?
Samir, thank you for having us on the show. The gaming ecosystem in the country is evolving at a very fast pace. And we thought this was the perfect time for us to put in place a platform where consumers and gamers of all type can come in and really play, right? Because that's what gaming is all about. So if you're a hardcore gamer, there are games for you to come and play here. But more so, if you're a casual gamer or you're just getting initiated onto gaming, this is a great place to come and see the PC gaming experience, how it shapes up.
Now, you plan to open 40 OMEN Playground stores by 2023 across India. Can you tell me how many are active? And there are a lot of myths that people have, that whether they need to actually pay money to play some of these games, what can they experience out here? And also, what is the roadmap that you have in mind for the OMEN stores?
40 stores during the course of this year, already active in Delhi, in Mumbai, Pune, Ludhiana, Hubli, right? And a host of new stores coming in. So Bhuvaneshwar, Lucknow and Chandigarh go live as we speak in the next week or 10 days. And let me answer the myths, right? Firstly, you don't have to pay a penny to play at these stores. Secondly, you can pretty much come in and play at any point in time during the day. If the store's open, it's open for you to come and play. Thirdly, you could play in any format. So you may be an active gamer who has a gaming team, and there is the central console, which is a 5x5 play. So if you're playing Valorant, this is the place for you to come play Valorant against your competing team or play it on a LAN, right? There's also a gaming rig right at the end, which is a 3-screen large experience to really get immersed into the whole gaming environment. And then there are games like FIFA, which is a one-on-one, so there's a console or a section for you to play that as well.
So a couple of years ago, HP acquired HyperX, which made some great accessories, the keyboard, mice, headphones. Can you talk a little bit about how this has helped HP's gaming business and the integration with HyperX and HP devices?
See, we are looking at gaming as an ecosystem, right? And to be fair, hardware is one element of that whole ecosystem. So at some point in time, last year, maybe just before that, HP acquired HyperX, and the whole idea was to expand our portfolio and give consumers all the solutions that they're looking for within the HP sort of bandwidth, right? And we've leveraged on that. As we speak, when you buy an OMEN device, there is a very cool HyperX headset that comes along with it, right? So the whole idea is to give consumers seamless experience, and there's work happening on the technology side to ensure that eventually the integration of these devices is exceptional, right? So if you take a HyperX headphone, how seamlessly it connects with an OMEN is the kind of work that's happening in the background. So you will see this whole acquisition really lead HP towards a more integrated gaming ecosystem that we will offer to the consumer.
So we will see one day a high-end HP OMEN gaming laptop with a mechanical keyboard from HyperX.
Absolutely.
Okay, now speaking about the portfolio, like you said, HP has a wide variety of gaming laptops, right? You have the Victus, you have the OMEN, last year there was the Pavilion gaming series as well. So it can be a little daunting for a consumer who's looking for the right gaming laptop. So can you break down HP's gaming laptop series? Which series is right for what type of gamer?
So if you look at our gaming portfolio, there's broadly two brands. There is OMEN and there is Victus. The OMEN brand is really positioned for the best in class on gaming, right? So if you're a pro gamer, a hardcore gamer, or you aspire to be one, OMEN's the best PC for you. And we've worked on the technology side extensively to ensure that the same happens, right? And there are, if I can talk about it, there are 2 or 3 aspects that we've really focused on, right? So one is the whole screen experience. So larger screen, all OMENs come with a 16.1 screen on a 15.6 form factor. The quality of the screen in terms of the refresh rate, the panel quality, the work on the inside of the machine, right, in terms of processing capability, the graphics and how they integrate together. And thirdly, how the heat flow happens in the machine. I think to me that's possibly the most crucial aspect of a gaming device, as to how the integration happens, and heat flow not just from a point of view of the laptop not heating up, but also in terms of it staying at at peak performance at all points in time. So we worked on a bunch of things there, and OMEN is, in our view, the best gaming device that you could go for if you really think gaming is the thing to do. And then India is also, like we know, right, is value conscious, and so Victus is a sister brand of OMEN, which is positioned in a more value sort of framework, if I may call it so, more for casual gamers, for them to sort of possibly initiate or get into their gaming journey.
Now, of course, when the pandemic happened, we saw that the PC market was suddenly exploding, right? A lot of people were buying a second machine for their home use. People who were, considering gaming as a hobby decided to pick up a gaming laptop, and I think that was a pretty big boom for laptop manufacturers in India. But now in 2022, late 2022, 2023, it's being projected as kind of a corrective phase where the demand may not be that high. So can you talk about how HP has gone through both the pandemic, post-pandemic phase, and what do you see the roadmap for the rest of this year?
If you look at how the gaming industry is shaped up, the PCs moved from being PC for the family to becoming actually a personal device in the real sense in the pandemic phase, right? From a usage point of view, consumers have moved from possibly spending 2 hours a week on a PC to spending maybe 10, 12 hours a day, right? And I think post-pandemic, our sense says it is still a good 3 to 4 hours a day, right? So the usage or the expectation that a consumer has from a PC has changed forever, and I think that's not sort of going to get
you can't go back
to it, you can't go back on that one, right? And we see that in our everyday life, right? So that said, yes, there is a little bit of softness of the market from the high peaks that we saw, but then that's just on the little bit of growth rate, right? The absolute size and scale of the industry stays extremely strong, right? And consumers now, because of this higher usage, have very clear expectations from their device, which is, Samir, I can tell you a big difference from what it was in the past, right? I was in a store last month, right? And we had a consumer walk in, and he was so articulate on what he wanted from his PC, right? He was very clear he wanted it for 4K video editing. Now, when you get such sharp expectations from a device, right, it is then the responsibility of, let's say, brands to be able to provide that option and give reasons enough for consumers to possibly upgrade from devices that possibly are not capable to do that. On account of that, on account of a lot of people upgrading to better devices, we really believe that the PC market is going to continue to be extremely strong. And having said that, right at the end, I mean, despite the fact that PC became extremely essential, PC penetration in the country is still sub 30%, right? So we still have a lot of headroom for even new users to enter the category.
Yeah. You've raised a very interesting point actually. When you talk about PC penetration being low, we're also at that point in technology where if you see at CES, right, you had the 13th gen Intel chips announced, AMD announced the new 7000 series chips, you have NVIDIA's 40 series GPUs. These are such powerful hardware at the high end of the spectrum and also at the mid-range of the spectrum that the longevity of these devices is quite high. So do you see the upgrade cycle also changing from, let's say, 2 to 3 years for a laptop to maybe 5-7 years that the machine could last?
One of the issues, if I may call it so, on the PC side has been that the upgrade cycles on PCs are actually very long, right? So for example, there is research around the fact that mobile phones are upgraded possibly every year, every 2 years, right? Whereas PCs are upgraded or used to get upgraded possibly, over a much longer period of time. With technology, we believe that the upgrade cycle will actually come down, right? Because there's going to be something new coming up around the corner which will help you do it even better, to help you sort of compute or create even better. So we believe the refresh cycle will actually collapse as we move forward.
It'll go the smartphone way and it'll be
possibly.
Now, HP has done a very interesting survey around gaming, right? I mean, it says more than 50% of gamers, according to that survey, are female gamers, which is, in the gaming community, it's like, yay. And also, more than 50% of the people in that survey also said that they wanted to change gaming into their profession, into a career, right? Which at least in my day was like, no, you have to go and, study. So, just speaking about that survey, can you talk a little bit about how gaming is becoming more accepted at home, or other findings on your survey with, gaming was always thought of the things that young boys sitting in the basement of the house, kind of in a dark room do, but that's not the case anymore. Streaming is happening online. YouTube is such an accessible platform for people to showcase their talents, their hardware knowledge of the laptops they buy. So can you elaborate on this survey a little bit more on the findings?
The survey was very, very, an eye-opener for us as well, right? As we learned a lot more about the consumer. And our belief is that gaming, because of the trifecta effect of, recognition, today there are gamers who are being recognized for the work they're doing or for the way they play, right? You could actually be representing India in gaming, right? And it can be extremely aspirational, right, for a lot of people, right? There's a lot of reward. There is money to be made in this profession, whether you're a gamer or you are doing something that's associated with gaming, right? And it's extremely entertaining, and it's P2P, right? So it's not you watching on just a terminal, right? You possibly are watching, you are streaming, you are engaging, you are playing. So to us, it's going to become a very large industry per se, and it's only fair that a lot of young people then look at it as a career option, whether as a gamer or as a streamer or as a content creator or as someone who possibly goes and creates games. We learned a lot about it. We learned a lot about how consumers look at gaming and what kind of product aspects are they focused on. So we were very excited about it.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right about the fact that, the young people in India are getting more excited. I was fortunate enough to go for the Intel Extreme Masters in Poland in 2019, and the stadium over there, to see the final match, could put a cricket match to shame. There were so many people out there cheering for their favorite team, and I'm really looking forward to something like that coming to India. But having said that, another very interesting data point from your survey says that 39% of mobile gamers are looking to shift to the PC. Now, before we started this recording, we were just talking about the fact that, mobile is the first touch point entry, because every household probably has one or more phone. Games on phones are free. PC is still a more techie gadget. You have to pay for the games on it, for most of them at least. So about this migration, can you share your thoughts about how people, it's not that they're competing, it's of course a gradual progression from phones to better graphics on your computer, more immersive gameplay, things like that. So can you talk a little bit about this migration that people are looking from phones to laptops to get a different gaming experience?
So if you look at various surveys, there are about 400 million gamers in India, a large chunk of them on mobile. Then there's PC gaming and there's console gaming, right? We see mobile gaming and us very, very complementary, because a lot of consumers really will get initiated into gaming, and so would Samir, you and me have maybe many years ago, right? But then over a period of time, they will migrate to multiple devices, right? And that's where PC sort of figures in, because it's a great device to game on, but it's also a multi-purpose device, right?
Yeah.
So you could do a lot more from your PC, right? Besides gaming, and I think in a country like India, when you have multi-purpose categories of products, they tend to really take off. So we believe that the PC is going to source a lot of consumers from mobile phones, as these consumers look for, like you mentioned, an immersive experience, better graphic output, and just sheer performance.
So at some point, there's going to be a family that's going to walk in here where the child is going to say, I want an HP Victus because I have to do schoolwork, but subconsciously he knows that, my dad's budget is this much and that's my first gaming laptop, yeah?
Correct. And, that's possibly how it also gets played out, right? Yeah. All of us have gone through the process of figuring out what works with our parents and how do we get what we want out of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, my final question to you is, if you are a gamer, what is your favorite gaming memory? And if you're not a gamer, then what is your favorite gaming memory being a part of the HP gaming family?
No, I'll give you an example, or I'll talk about when I was in school, right? For me, gaming was about going to Missouri, and I studied in Dehradun, was about going to Missouri and going to those gaming parlors that had emerged at that point in time. So Contra-Strike, Contra, Mario, right? So those kind of games, lots of racing games. But then the ecosystem has changed a lot since then, but that's my favorite memory of gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you're probably going to relive that when you see, again, like that family come in here with the young guys most active to come and check out and play some games. I think that's how it's going to be.
I relive that in my house every day. I have two young daughters, and some of the latest that I've learned on gaming is actually from them, and I realized that I need to pick up a few things because over a side conversation that they were very disappointed in me when they realized I did not know what a GG stood for or what is OP and so on and so forth. So I'm actually taking gaming tuitions from them.
No, absolutely. That's great. Anything else you want to highlight about HP or OMEN or the experience zones that I may not have asked in these questions?
Nothing. We're just excited about bringing these to the country. Like we mentioned, 40 gaming stores or gaming, we don't call them gaming stores, right? 40 OMEN Playgrounds, which are really places for people to come out and play. Irrespective of what is your current gameplay, come experience gaming on a PC and then take it forward from there.
Yep, absolutely. So as of recording, it's live in 8 cities. It's going to be in 40 cities and of course maybe many more to come. Thank you so much for joining us for this, and it was a real pleasure experiencing this place and some of the laptops out here. Now I'm going to be tempted. Thank you so much. And for the rest of you, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. We will catch you in another video. It's goodbye for now.